Compañeras, me llamo Concha Liaño y pertenezco como estas dos camaradas a la organización Mujeres Libres. Desde el domingo nuestro país vive una situación revolucionaria. Los símbolos de la opresión están ardiendo. Los obreros han ocupado las fábricas y los cuarteles. El ejército, el odioso ejército que durante siglos oprimió a la clase obrera, ha sucumbido ante el ardor revolucionario de los hombres y mujeres del pueblo. España es un ejemplo ante el mundo. Curas y capitalistas huyen a esconderse como ratas ante el sol de la justicia proletaria. Ahora, por fin, el pueblo tiene la palabra. Compañeras, ha estallado la libertad.
These were the words that rallied the men and women of the working class to join the fight against the army rebels. The words that shattered the structure of capitalism and ended the oppression of the proletariat. The words that toppled all organizations of authority and put the futures of impoverished workers in their own hands.
¡Al fuego con los papeles del alcalde! Si Dios todo lo puede, baje de una vez.
¡Fuerte a los curas!
The words that finally broke the Catholic Church's hold on the Spanish people and set fire to the cultural and intellectual achievements of the past. Luis Tomas was 18 years old when the war began, living with his aunt and little brother in the village of Castellote in an upper-class home. Whoever was a member of a high social class was either executed or forced to work in humiliating cheap labor. My father's grandparents had a wonderful house with an enormous library of books. The militia entered the house and possessed it. They threw all the books in a pile and burned them. Thankfully, they let my father's aunt, Margarita, have a single room of the house, while the others were occupied by the militia of the town, or whoever felt like staying there the night. Seizing the homes of the upper class was very common during the Spanish Revolution.
Tina, ¿qué tal? ¿Bien?
Un poquito asombrada, porque entro de otra manera a esta casa.
Bueno, compañeros, la casa de don Julián ya es la casa del pueblo.
¡Muy bien!
Stores, factories, and farmlands were all taken over by the working class. In cities, companies and employers, which were viewed as symbols of the old capitalist society, were replaced by trade unions. These unions, or syndicates as they were called, would meet together and vote on how to distribute the people's property.
Los que estén a favor de la colectivización. ¿Una votación? Los que estén en contra. Compañeros, queda decidida la colectivización de las tierras. De don Julián.
Everyone was given an equal share of necessities, regardless of their position or profession.
En sus grandes cocinas se prepara la comida para cuantos van al hotel a saciar su apetito. Los amplios comedores que antes ocupaban maquilladas y frívolas damiselas, grandes financieros, capitanes de industria, aristócratas ociosos y aventureros internacionales de toda la Haya, ahora están abarrotados de hombres y mujeres humildes que siguen el ritmo de la sociedad que se está creando. Barcelona trabaja y come. Esa es su fuerza y su virtud.
The capitalist drive to attain wealth was replaced by the common goals of defeating fascism and spreading the revolution. But what made these goals so popular? To some, it was the uproar in cities, which made people feel like part of a movement. To others, it was the joy of attaining freedom and social justice.
¿Qué pasa? Parece que estemos locas porque queremos ir al frente. Pues yo te lo voy a decir bien claro. Óyelo. No entendemos por qué la revolución tiene que correr a cargo de la mitad de la población solamente. Somos anarquistas, somos libertarias, pero también somos mujeres y queremos hacer nuestra revolución. No queremos que nos la hagan ellos. No queremos que la lucha se organice a la medida del elemento masculino, porque si dejamos que sea así, estaremos como siempre jodidas. Queremos pegar tiros para poder exigir nuestra parte a la hora del reparto. Y sobre todo queremos dejar bien claro que en estos momentos el corazón no nos cabe en el pecho y sería un desatino quedarnos en casa haciendo calceta. Queremos morir, pero queremos morir como hombres, no vivir como criadas.
Un libro eterno.
To the most devout believers, it was the dream that human society could change for the better, and conflicts between people could cease to exist.
Os digo que ha llegado el día en que los campesinos guardarán lo que necesitan para vivir, pero entregarán el resto a los trabajadores de las ciudades, en los cuales por primera vez en el curso de la historia verán hermanos y no explotadores. Kropotkin, capítulo 5, página 215.
But the ideas of the revolution were not unanimously accepted. Many believed that the reality of war could not simultaneously exist with social equality.
I understand that. I'm not a friend of the landowner, okay? I'm not here to defend landowners, okay? But what are you going to do when you have a guy like, what's his name, Pepe? What are you going to do when you have a guy like Pepe he's a tenant farmer and he has a couple of acres of land, or a tradesman who doesn't want to be part of your collective, okay? These people are anti-fascists. What do you do then? It sounds really great on paper, but in reality it won't work because it's going to pit the peasants against the anti-fascists, okay? You're fighting now, and it's going to endanger your food production.
Lawrence, I think...
But it would not be collectivization that would ultimately hinder the Republicans.
Forgotten, cancelled.
Rather, it would be their defeats on the battlefield against the nationalists.